You think I won't be able to get you off? You know me so well. Oh, he does, doesn't he? See you in English class tomorrow then. Partner! Also, full disclosure, I say voice acting practice, but I am by no means gonna take the voice acting part any seriously. We are starting a whole new game. A whole new game. Just turn up the volume real quick.
The Empire of Japan.
Wait!
After opening its doors.
Chotomate. Why are we in English? No, 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 no. I am not accepting any of this. I do not want this English bullshit in my game. I forgot the controls already. Jesus. Shut up! Back to title. Don't say it. Yes. Options. Language. There we go. Okay. This should be like take 3 now. We're finally starting the whole game. God damn. Hey, go.
歴史的な開国から数十年、文明開化の大号令のもと、極東の島国にまさに今西洋文化の大波が押し寄せていた。活気に満ち溢れる帝都の民は変化、革新の熱気にむせ返り、その変化に戸惑う者も飲み込んで、時代は大きなうねりの中にあった。そして今、そんな時代を舞台に一つの物語が幕を開く。
The Adventure of the Great Departure. November 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Defenders are Antechamber 5. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors of this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? What? Oh, no, nothing. Savior glares. Murderer. Sorry. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough. If it wasn't already obvious. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how the court officer should behave. He turned in a smile. Right? Yunosuke? Yeah, of course. Sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Always! Though, I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by students. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me, I didn't do it! I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend. Best friend? Also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old, here in Japan anyway. The qualifications don't mean much, yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud of it. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma, truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Congratulations, Kazuma! It looks like you're going to get to study. How'd that stroke taste? It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know. I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. I must rub it in. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. Why temple why the temple specifically? I want to bring about change in our new legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me! We have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it was that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then. Partner! And he disappears like a ghost. Was he a ghost all this time? It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Oh shit, I didn't click on it. So sorry. I didn't read it. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. How do I do a deep man voice? Well, no, I'm not aging, I'm not dying. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asogi. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense of this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at the university before. Doesn't know his own teachers. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. This is awkward. Don't be mean, Ryu. If I may? Hi! Sorry? You must be the defendant, Yunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor at forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard of that name from Kazuha before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the governor to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asugi has told me about you. You and he are best friends. I understand. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you have no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that the permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? Ah, as I expected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi would have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dream will be shattered? But I don't understand! Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas studies. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear! I'm not a murderer! I'm sure that's true, nevertheless. I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, "I do," and then you kiss the guy next to you, and then you say your vows, and then put on a ring. I do? But what will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It would seem our why would they use this word? Our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So, allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving! There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Wow, so harsh. You're so mean. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on the unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. Normal procedures for this defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to the trial. Prior to the trial, say that 3 times 5 times, blah 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 blah. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for the final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it! This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do... I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Well, it's not like we have a choice. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant... Oh! What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself! You'll be... What? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikoto... no, that's the wrong voice! Professor Mikotoba told me everything, just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It seems you don't have faith in me. You think I won't... You think I won't be able to get you off? No, it's not that! Really, it's just that... Well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes, I knew that's how you'd feel. Which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. There's having a lover's quarrel in the middle of trial. God damn. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
Well. Does that accuse admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel, really?
Nigiari! Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident that he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Huh? Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. Same. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I really like this pose on him. Like the condescending look and then the hands on the sword. It's just the very image of disappointment. I realize you're in charge now, but still. Try not to look so bewildered.
Huh. Well, for the mere university student to be brought before a Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated the most heinous crime indeed.
As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo?
Yes,
Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can be questioning it more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions.
Yeah.
Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I care to remember. But, wait. I'm so nervous I can't even remember that! What was it again? Inosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. You know me so well.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
All the relevant information for the case can be found in the court record.
But I can't even find that.
Oh god, really?
Not gonna lie, you and me, we kind of share the same personalities.
I am too
A whining baby.
It's simple. You can... Does it just say that out loud? It's simple. You can access the court records with a press of... E. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all there. This is the list of evidence I've collected. Now try switching to people instead. Stop saying that! Wait, so... You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press...
Sadly there's no Zake voice clip for that.
Z to go back. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court records. Now, you better not keep His Excellency waiting for longer. Go on.
God damn it, get out.
Find the victim in the people section of the court of the court records. Then press R to present. Wait, how do I move? Oh, I wasn't in the tab. Oops. Oh, it's only 23. Shit. He is just a professor in the huh? Wait, actually. I'm gonna do this. What happens if I present him as the dead guy? Yes! The victim was none other than Kazuo Asagi!
Ikiari! Oh? Then why is that pompous-looking boy with the billowing headband still there next to you?
Oops, wrong one. I'm getting confused with the buttons already.
Oops.
Oops doesn't do that justice. Not content with having killed Dr. Wilson, now you're claiming my murder as well?
I haven't killed anyone! Then concentrate!
It's a freaking lover squirrel in here, I love it. And actually read the court record before you answer! I must say, you are not instilling the court with much confidence here. Okay, quickly give the correct answer before he turns his gravel on you. Find the victim in the people section of the court record and press R. It's him. He already said the answer. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
Well, unless you can remember the name of the esteemed member of your own university.
Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire, oh god, the Brits, is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
I haven't! And yet, despite those delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilled on our soil. You two are both undergraduates of the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Are we gonna keep saying that full university name? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? But I didn't do it.
This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policy makers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Goddamn, Brits ruining everything again. No, I'm kidding! Yeah, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western establishment like this.
See, I was more classy than him. And not just because I messed up.
See you in English class tomorrow then, partner! And he disappears like a ghost. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at the university. I'm sure he's visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. See, that is the first mistake, trying to be friendly! So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo.
Yes, Your Excellency.
How did the professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. The cause of that, well, that's obviously, that was, Ryunosuke. Remember, in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how?
I hate these.
Find a piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present.
Do it now!
Post-mortem report, death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body.
Present right now!
Well, according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma.
Try to read, you imbecile. That's post-mortem report, I take it.
Sorry, yes, that's right. Post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusion that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later.
This is the so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence. I hate it when they refer to... I know it's an old-timey game, but... Into the record. A photographic print of a victim has been entered into your court record. So that's a photographic print. Wow. That's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The details is incredible. Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial.
Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened.
This is it then? Huh. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant.
Ay. Ah, of course.
When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, has it? What? Where has he been sticking his oar? Where? Does he paddle? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein that crazy look of bewilderness and control the cold sweats. Fucking brutal! Holy shit! Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stare first. They are... Why are they like this? They have sibling energy.
Hey! Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please.
Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I am the head waiter at the Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, Oh my god, it has COVID! It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really should.
As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern corner has developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago.
Understood. Hosonaga-san, will you kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident? At once, sir.
And no petty interjections from the inspired lawyer boy, please.
Oh,
Perspiring maybe, but
this man! Oh man, I aim to be as funny as this man. It was just after 2 p.m. of the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in that place. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on, let me just clarify something here. Well, I did pick up the gun I found lying on the floor, which... Why did you know that? Beside the professor, I... didn't shoot him! Oh god, that really pitched my voice. The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defender Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness.
If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today.
Yes, without question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
There's no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryunosuke?
See? When he has to speak out loud, he calls him Naruhodo, but when they're speaking together, he calls him Ryunosuke.
That's not right! When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite to him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Let's save. Well, we're gonna save scum this shit. We're gonna brute force ourselves eventually. And let's interject. Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady oh my god, why did that something got caught in my throat? There was a lady sitting with him at that same table.
Dear me, dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? Nah, he's an English major. But I'm sure of what I saw.
Hosanaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. This is gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. In the back of my business card, it was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone.
Iriguchi.
Well, you're clearly a very conscientious. What are these words? I don't know these words. Conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court records as evidence. Well, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Certainly something have shaken him. And sketch was added to the court records.
So, the court has now heard the process of the case.
Yes, that at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inavailable punishment.
Wait, oh, this is the wrong one.
I call this waiter and an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, then the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime.
What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for the more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikatoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face. You see here, Naruhodo, I believe in you, and how dare you not trust me for trusting you, even though you said you were innocent, and it's your butt that's going in jail, not mine. What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. And are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you just going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Indeed. Prosecution Aochi, please continue with the proceedings.
Well, you have been warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I could be a devil.
I can be an angel and I can be your angel or you are devil. But I can be a devil. I don't know, that's the wrong voice. Completely the wrong voice.
But I can be a devil when I want to be. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever! The prosecution calls its next witnesses.
Very well. Officer, bring forth the witnesses at once.
Witnesses, kindly state your name and occupation to the court. Oh shit, how do I do the voices for these dudes? Wait, how do I do this? I don't know how to do like a man voice. Yes, sir! Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Iyasa Nosa, reporting for duty, sir!
Myself, I find employers of purveyor of fine artifacts of antiquity from the... What the fuck are these words? What the fuck are these words? Article of antiquity are the ever glorious of our nation, Nippon. And conduct my trade from Rasite, a humble premises in the 2nd District. Kyrie Korekuta at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be the diners at the other table when the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon, and not infrequently converse with the tourist part. It's regarding the curios of which I take my business. I hate this man already. You and me both! I'm telling you, Ryu and me, we are one and the same. I can't understand a word this old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. Thank you for the translations, Kazuma. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. God damn, where would we be without Kazuma? He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although to be honest, that surgeon looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. You're so mean.
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative! The enemy unit has been seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an attack of war, sir. It is a black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms, sir. This man's impossible to understand.
Man, I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said.
No, that was just me.
So this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. A soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead.
Yeah.
Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. This man, my spirit animal. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at that precise moment that the incident occurred. That was so cute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Unsavory memories of the most.
I don't know. I forgot what voice. I completely forgot what voice I gave the old man.
I was investigating the regulation beefsteak at the restaurant.
Beefsteak? Yum.
While having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Oops, auto.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues and peculiarity of fine golden curio than a military gentleman.
Honestly, if anyone wants to hide lore or make me like not understand anything, you speak like this. I will never understand what the hell you're trying to tell me. If anyone wants to keep a secret, just speak like this, old man. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed. That was so cute. I observed the enemy's action with my own eyes. The Black varsity cadet fired at the Englishman civilian. Yes, that is the word. And from the back, a cowardly little. Whoa, that's not what we say. The cowardly little weasel.
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
We got an inconsistency. Well, so you, Sergeant Dotha, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim.
Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! That wicked university cadet, sir!
The cruel and unforgivable enemy!
What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in broad daylight, light of day. I hate this old man. I want to murder him. Can he be the next murder victim?
But that's ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Rinosuke? Yes! All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor, which again, why did you do that, you dumbass? After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some tea. That was a weird sentence. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I finished When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting, I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witness testimonies, there's a clue as to who the criminal was. There is? Rinosuke! You must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine?
Good now!
Okay, chill.
As you have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice.
Certainly. The testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the His shifty eyes are so funny. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst?
The defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headbutt point next told me to do this. How pathetic.
To be honest, if we're going to bring out looks, my old man, you're bald. How did it? It's not like you would. Ryu, come on. We both agreed you're an idiot. Nobody would believe you didn't know all of these things.
The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Nigiari! The defense is asserting its right to cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it, it is irrelevant.
Go.
Kazuma is so commanding. Ooh, spicy! Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't know what I have to do with cross-examination! Isn't it obvious? No, it's not obvious! You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means that what the soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing it is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you.
That was so
Cute. I'm dying. That was so cute. Alright then. It's all or nothing.
That was so cute.
What the witnesses saw. Okay, I'm not gonna read this again. We've already read it twice. Okay, so I already know what happened here because it was really obvious. Man, at the precise moment the firearm was discharged, this action in my own eyes. The black uniform varsity cadet fired the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly. From the back, see, so that's it. Because clearly, when we saw here in the post-mortem resort, it said, wait, should it put a picture? Oh yeah, I should just send a picture because it clearly shows like a bullet wound. Okay, let's see this. Present. What are you? Did I do it wrong? What? What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic foot into a mustache. It just has his arms outstretched, pressing the picture against his face.
Inconsistencies, sir.
I mean, whenever he does that, it's the cutest thing. I die. It's so adorable. I mean, yeah, there's a clear inconsistency here.
What nonsense. What could...
Sometimes I just need a moment when they do stuff like this. It's okay, brain. Don't get offended. It's just part of the game. Even though the picture came from him and it should have been drawn on scene, and no one also showed like the fucking.
What can this bird possibly tell us already? No.
Well, obviously that. I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth.
I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
This is so frustrating! I know, right? Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. Thank you, Kazuma. The single brain cell in this whole courtroom! To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Look, he's so cute! Kazuma, what?
What are you talking about?
It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the Sargons. Yes, I know how. Listen, Chad, I know how that's right. I don't have to, Chad. Okay, don't fucking come for me. I know it's spelled. I know you can read it, Sergeant. Don't come for me. Statement.
What?
Sergeant Iyasanosa.
Yes, sir. What, sir?
The statement you just made was this: the black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
But no, that just can't be.
And why not, cadet?
Because. Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Surgeon! Ah! Surgeon! According to your witness... Wait, I need a fucking moment after that one. According to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Look at it again. What the? What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa?
Yes, sir.
At this juncture, that would appear to be the case. That it would appear to be indisputable. Look, it's so cute! Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir!
What?
The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Yesanosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
Ugh, that's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. God damn, Kazuma! There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what an Ace Attorney title drop is all about. But I definitely saw him. That University cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. But I never fired the gun! All I did was pick it up pick it up off of the floor! And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either.
Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure.
Treasure? Indeed! The whole era Koban, my prized coin!
On such occasion, when I visit a restaurant, it is my aptitude to place it on my bosom pocket a peculiar trinket of interest from my shop or Rasute.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you?
On the day I under scrutiny.
Wait, sorry?
On the night under scrutiny, it was the military man that I offered my Hoi treasure. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find, I did not, but I was presented with a little alternative. And then, after
oh god.
after averting my eyes for the briefest moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished.
This man's voice is just going everywhere and anywhere. I don't know.
The Koban vanished? Hunting around under the table I was, in case perhaps it had fallen there, and then it happened. Bam.
You heard a gunshot, maybe?
Indeed, I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only by finding my absconded Hoi treasure. Nothing could distract me.
Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end?
No.
I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoi Koban was lost to me.
No doubt, some unscrupulous crowder pocketed the prize card for himself.
As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Aochi?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back.
Huh?
My witnesses have further testimonies to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing the next statement, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. Why did you have to say it like that, you little bitch? The equally despicable defendant. Let's get that out of. What?
He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. He will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations. Is that clear?
As clear as crystal glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir! At once, sir! Awaiting signal to testify, sir! Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up for the ranks, sir. Name? Aido. It would seem that those straps are a sign of the surgeon being too strapped to afford it. What the fuck? I know. Tension! Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. Okay, what is testimony again? True culprit. Even what I saw wasn't the precise moment the fire was charged, it's almost the same thing. No, it's not. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in the back. That much I see myself did see. What? Furthermore, the visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that there were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, standing all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. Those testimonies are certainly Nah! Wait, that's nonsense! The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of this outburst already. But there was a woman! There was a woman at his table! You must have seen her! Everyone there must have seen her! If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. He really isn't a lawyer, though. Wait, I didn't read that shit! Okay, what was it? We are not here to listen to your fantasies. Is it even beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone? It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel? Indeed, at the table at which the victim was dining, taken by the investigator immediately after the incident. It was plain, as can plainly be seen, there is only one place set. Certainly, based on the appearances of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make sense! The court will add this new photographic evidence to the records. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered into the court records. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiting before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true! I saw her! I swear that I saw a woman with him! It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no room for doubt. Are you sure? These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Taketsuchi Auchi, would have contributed to the enmity of these two great empires is an honor. Oh, poor you, poor guy. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Oh. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The judge is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick. Understood? Girls can be so unbending at times. You're a fucking lawyer! What the fuck are you talking about? Or a prosecutor? Okay. I'm not gonna read this again. And the foreign man who was that young lad in black, I myself soon a hunch. Furthermore, the visual surgeon of premises at the time confirmed that you're the only person present. Indeed, alone he was the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniform cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out. What do you think, Ryunosuke? What's the matter? I can't find anything. I can't find a clear discrepancy anywhere. I'm done for. I can't win this trial. No. Listen, the first thing to do is calm down. You can't expect witness statements to be full of holes every time. So just take your time and try to tease more information out of them first. What do you mean? You can choose to either press or present against each of the witnesses' statements. If a witness is saying something you're suspicious about, press him on it with Q. With a little luck, you may get more details, which could prove to be crucial. Right, I see. You smile. The important point is, there's no sense in holding back. If anything even slightly jars with you, press the witness on it and press them hard. Ooh, hard you say? Alright, got it. I'll press them like blocks of tofu. That's so cute. The professor wasn't alone in that restaurant. I'm sure of it. And one way or another, this cross-examination is going to prove I'm right. It's time to press them all for all they're worth. My fate depends on it. Okay, press. I guess it's just all of them. Oh god, more lines. No, that's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. We have a difference in opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling and almost went to some places I thought were a bit sensitive, but let's just ignore that. I don't think so.
Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Okay. Did you?
Did you see it? Did you see me blink?
How could I?
And yet, it is undeniable fact that I did blink.
I wouldn't know!
So there you have it.
Have what?
What was that? What?
What was that whole metaphor? What?
Tension!
The sound of the firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving that gun at the Englishman.
I think that it says it all.
Don't you?
And let's not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in this most incriminating position. Oh, why did they use so hard words? Can't they just say guilty? Isn't that so, correcto-san?
I guess we have to press him next. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was. But the young lad in black, not much I could see myself. Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point in time. But I've told you already, it's only because I picked it up from the floor. Which again, why the fuck did you do that?
Well, obviously, as the culprit, there's the only way you could explain it away.
Honestly, if he was the real culprit, he wouldn't be that dumb to try to insist that he just picked it up. I had just finished drinking my coffee, and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment, a gunshot rang in my ears. Full of events beyond your control, life is. Sorry? What do you mean? In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing. I hate this man. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the command from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see you. With pistol in hand, standing above the foreigner. What the fuck? You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there. As you have been at pains to point out time and again, I feel I'm growing a coals in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Ugh. If only there'd been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner is in any restaurant. I know, the place is almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day. Why else he was alone? Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. What is that, Counsel? It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at the clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. Hot dog clinic? What? Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident. So the victim went to late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to I am calm. I am calm. Oh my god. Why do people keep doing this? We need all the evidence. What do you guys... I know it's like the earlier time where they barely like established the, what do you call it? The justice system, but for fuck's sakes! I wonder. What do you think, Ryunosuke? Oh? Well, is it hard to see how it could be related, really? Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court records as evidence if you think it would be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's... Might as well! If I may, I'd like to ask that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what ground?
On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witnesses' testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival... What the fuck are you talking about, you goddamn fool? Of course it is. Whether or not they are of concern is up for us to decide. We have the right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's most disturbing trend.
Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court records. Okay, what do we have here? What we need right now is his new clue. His new clues, I mean. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first.
Right, I hear you. Huh. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you'd like, but it's the day after the festival already.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Or perhaps you forgot that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korekoto-san.
Indeed, alone he was, an Englishman, dining all by himself. Okay, let's check what he got. You can examine it. Oh. Male British. Turn into PM, less range. Oh, that's exactly what it said. Examine it. Oh, you can magnifying glass it. Ooh. Salmon? Iriguchi. I have no idea. These kanjis are too hard. Anything of flowers? A medical report from Hotta Clinic that was found in the victim's pocket. I can only present it for some reason. I can't examine it. Is this you? So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. That I did. Forgive me for the position I placed you in.
So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Is that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As can clearly be seen, there is only a single beefsteak at the victim's table, a meal for one. No. No, I refuse.
The antique dealer, the surgeon, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. That's been your entire mood since the beginning of this trial, Ryu. Therefore, no one in the black uniform can dispatch an Englishman. Oh my. Why aren't you telling the truth?
What did you say, Cadet?
I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Suspicious. Oh, why they're looking at me, huh? Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruhodo, it's not just the case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony of the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right.
Precisely! In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady.
Why did I use such hard words?
But if such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is blatant waste of the court's time.
There's nothing you can say to that. That's my help. I'm being bullied.
Ha, ha, ha.
Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it's changed much. I can see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we could examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? You notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine. Press space and you can take a closer look at this piece in question. Use... By using WASD. How is he explaining this to you? Is he just giving visual examples? Why do we need to teach Ryu how to... Ryu? To turn paper around. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press space to investigate further. So, partner? I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there's anything new to be learned. Learned? That is not a real word, Kazuma. You're making shit up. Alright, I see what I can see, but I'll see what I can do. I need to use and space to inspect any areas of the evidence that look suspicious. Ooh. Huh? It says Hotta Clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics, almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life. What the fuck? And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had this hideous injection in my right arm. Brr. I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life! You are such a drama queen. Most people would give their right arm to have had only one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like... I don't think it's a clinic. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. Oh. It looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatments, that's why. With a family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine. Going to a doctor, I mean. As long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine, they give you painful injections. Ryu, are you actually 5? And then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege? Oh, when you're at your lowest ebb? You sound like a bottle patient. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less. For which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed. Ooh, okay. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had his tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe that there's anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drinks besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like the information worth bearing in mind. The medical calendar has been updated in the court records. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So, I think it's time to listen to the testimony again, don't you? Wait, I want to examine all the other stuff I have now. Shut up. Can I examine this? Oh, you can examine it. Cool. Ah, the symbol of Yume University. Every student wears this pin with pride. It's funny, most emblems seem to be either round or rectangular. I like the spike design, even though it doesn't really make any sense. Although, it does cause problems. Lots of students end up cutting their fingers on the badges. Perhaps it was the idea of one of the founders. A sharp pin for a sharp mind or something? They sound like they're just sadistic. Oh, it's the same thing. What's these? Oh, that's confusing. It's confusing control. My personal student number is engraved in the back here. If you lose your pin, they won't accept you as a UMA student in the university. You may not come in, they say. Man, everyone here is a fucking... Of course, you can get a new pin made if you just tell them your number. I've actually lost mine twice already, but I still don't know my student number by heart. Myself, I mustn't forget to write down somewhere, but then I forget not... You, it's literally just 000901. Get in bed, Ghost, so you don't have to keep hitting your head. Gotta sleep. And this plan of the restaurant raises a number of questions, I think. Definitely! It's supposed to show the relative position of everything in the moment following the incident. But there's nothing to show the woman you say you saw there. Exactly! That's not all! Look there in the upper left where it says kitchen. Yes, what of it? No one would use those complicated characters to write kitchen, especially not if they're in a hurry. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself, don't you? Study harder, Ryunosuke! What the fuck? Oh wait. Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga. Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see it says it what this is name here? Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, business cards didn't show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected, it's the job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow here... See, it's been updated. Apartment, he young banger, he must have something to see. Furthermore, the visual search on the premises in time and confirm personnel. Indeed, alone he was dining by himself. Okay, so we can present this now that he can't eat. R. Well, I think, What are you twittering, lad? Call yourself what? Oh shit, I clicked out. Rip. Call yourself a liar? I wish I could. But first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raise your hand straight up like that, so purposefully. Why does he speak like that? You knew exactly it was what you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright. Thanks for the advice. Poggies! Korekata-san, this is the medical report card belonging to the victim.
Ah, I see, and I don't see. What of it, boy?
Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement.
Oh! Ah, that was so cute! That was so cute.
Something clearly doesn't add up.
Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely... Why are you like this? But that's... Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Thank fuck for that. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing. Oh god, I just spat. For the simple reason that there is no one else besides the pale-faced pupil who... Oh!
Did you guys see that? This medical report card has nothing to do with the case. Do you really believe that?
What? Of course I believe it. How could I possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hota Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. How did he not look that up? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted.
What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you saying? Trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat? So what? It's all written up in here. No food or drinks other than water for the next 3 hours post-procedure while the anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't be.
See, you would have known this if you read, you little piece of shit.
Correcta-san! What, boy? What?
As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m. The victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No. Why did I get the coughs? I inhaled air wrong.
Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone.
Ooh, we got a big thunker right there. We got a big one.
But that can't possibly be the case.
Grr.
Because the victim, as we now know, just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthesia.
Ah!
Expertly done.
Partner! Ah! Partner? Ikiyari! What is this nonsense, you little upstart? Yeah? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow logic?
How dare you?
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant's case are fucking. I need a moment after that one. Asagi, are you proud of yourself? Are you happy with what you've done? Is this what you want us to? Is this what example you want to leave? Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke?
Huh? Yes! Most definitely!
So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beefsteak? The court will hear the opinion of defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright. The answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start your... What is this? Words? This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what they're made of. Got it! The person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... me. Me? I wanna say me. Wait, I wanna say me. What is that? Wait, I know this is wrong, but I wanna say me.
It was me all along!
I think it might have been me.
What? It's not enough that you took this man's life, but you took his meal as well. That's a bee singing on a crying face. Some people seem to think that they can do whatever they like.
And some people seem to think that they can say whatever they like. Do you know, Scare? Sorry, right? Of course I didn't eat it. The next time you make a quip like that, I'll make you eat your words.
Thank you, Kazumi. I love you.
Then you'll be needing some dental surgery yourself.
Why are they like this?
Alright, I get the message. Okay. Is the yet unknown third party. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. Kazuma is husband material. Oh my god, he is. So, but also, to be honest, him and Ryu are already fighting like an old married couple.
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person. There was, because I saw her.
When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on this table.
Ooh.
Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witnesses' testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint to the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Kazuma,
Are you insane? You would take on the government? Fight the government for your country love, yeah!
don't worry, Counsel. I have no issues with you.
What do you mean? I have issue with them! Those two witnesses in the stand! What? What are you talking about?
We have demonstrated in evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Perjury. And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing.
Complicit? In murder?
No, they're the witnesses.
No!
Hold it. Negative!
There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says.
Just say never saw the gentlewoman. That was their
They told us, Oh dear.
What? What did you just say? Correct us on? You were just following orders?
Now hold on, lad. I was,
Say you never saw the gentlewoman.
Grrr.
When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas?
What? What is the meaning of all of this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is that true, you pair?
Just one
Slip of the tongue!
Order! Counsel, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. It's back to being baby.
Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
Well, that's classified.
So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Inosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they're sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe that Oji had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield this kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It can only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any idea on who might be behind this? If we confirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it is that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any confirmed accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? Before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Ah, yeah, is that right? Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait, Your Excellency! I had no idea. Wait a minute, I swear to every Shinto god!
Eat shit.
I knew nothing!
And what does the defense have to say about all this, huh?
Well, Your Excellency.
On, what do you think? I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that came to my mind. That is not. I don't think that's what Kazuma meant, but okay. Imagine that though, like you're a lawyer. Close your eyes, point eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who is the murderer of them all? Wait, I wanna say it's Kazuma. Wait. I wanna say it's Kazuma. Wait. I wanna say Kazuma is the murderer. I'm bullying him. See, this is what I do. I bully him because he is smart and has class. Okay, go on. There. What do you make of that? I think, Hansel, that you may want to close your ears as well as your eyes. Otherwise, the size of disappointment in the courtroom may very well deafen you. If you feel
you must close your eyes in a crisis, might I suggest you keep your mouth shut next time too? They're so mean. They're so cruel to him. Otherwise, I might have to use the influence I have in this courtroom to shut it permanently. They took away my life.
I don't know what it was about the prosecutor exactly, but he makes me wince in pain sometimes. I don't have a great deal of okay, so that's so good. I don't have a great deal of influence myself, but believe me, I can find other ways to make you keep your mouth shut as well. Oh dear. Alright, don't get angry. I'll think again. There must be a clue somewhere. Wait, okay, I'm just kidding. Like I said, I'm safe coming. I know, I seen it. I know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm safe coming. That life was unfairly lost because I was messing around. I am finishing this with a full set of lives. It's him. I know. Well, surely that will be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san? Wrong word. Hosonaga-san? The waiter who took the stand earlier? Puppy! Cock?
An impossible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony. Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have the level of influence.
For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter.
What? If he truly were?
Come on, Inosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. the truth about Satoru Hosona's real identity, proven by this evidence. It's this. The plan of the restaurant sketch by the man in question? I agree, it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but it's not sure you can include anything. Sorry, I can still see the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I would have to say the front? Yes! The front of the back of the card! That's where the detailing details is. Just turn the card over. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of the business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession. But that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before?
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as the regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman before? Well... Hold it! Oh, it's him! What voice did I give him again? I forgot. Inspector Hosonaga. It was where something like this would happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court records as evidence. Well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once! Of course, here you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. If I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch, it was an unusually careless mistake. Are you sure it was unusual?
So, you mean to say you're really a detective?
But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course! Your salary must be... You didn't even let him finish! I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes. There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I've decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can say categorically that they are unrelated to the case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. As I suspected. Oh, shit. Oh, that surprised me for some reason. What the hell? As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, a gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite to the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. They immediately sealed up the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. Yeah, shawarma! It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once? It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if the Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friend in terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil to name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect. Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right! One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young Englishwoman.
What?
You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it perturbed to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The Englishwoman sitting in the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett.
See ya!
I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of the lady's presence at the scene. And ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to Your Excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
But Your Excellency, that will be missing the noon deadline of the ruling, and then I don't care. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions.
Calm yourself, Consul. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom.
Judge seems nice. Ah!
Inspector Hosonaga. Yes, sir. You will locate this Giselle brat and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency.
But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau.
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So, it won't be a problem?
Well...
Nothing will get in my way. I have no idea. I'm just trying to sound like someone that's dying. Court will be adjourned briefly. The prosecution must call the English student, Giselle Brett, to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Your Excellency!
Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Oh, okay. Oh, I think this is a good place to stop for now, though, for today. It's been 3 hours. Holy shit. Bye, Janet. Bye-bye. It's cold here. Sana all.